Welcome back to the Stephan Show. My name is Graham, and welcome to my show. And today we're going to be talking with a very smart, sophisticated, I don't want to say squatter, but basically there's a law out there. It's called adverse possession, and it means if you go and move into someone else's property and you maintain it for an undisturbed period of time and you pay the property taxes on it, after a certain period you can claim ownership rights of the property. Well, that's what happened here. Someone moved into an abandoned property, lived there continuously, paid the property taxes, and then the owner shows up and wants to take possession back, but they can't evict him because the person who moved in is paying the property taxes. So it's a weird situation, but anyway, let's bring him on the show, figure out what's going on, and how he intends to proceed forward. So welcome to the Stephan Show. What's going on?
Hey, what's up? My name's Christian. Long story short, in 2014, we started a whole adverse possession process of a condo. So now we're in the middle of lawsuits, and we're going to see how it plays out.
Yikes. Okay, so for anyone not aware what adverse possession is, that I don't know all the details here, but that's when someone abandons the property or it's unoccupied and you could go in yourself, and as long as you maintain the property, and my understanding is you pay the taxes or the expenses of the property, then after 10 years of doing that undisturbed, then you could claim legal rights to the property. So if someone goes and finds like a vacant house or like a mansion somewhere, they could go and move in, claim adverse possession. After 10 years, you could go and basically claim rights to the house and own it after 10 years if you do that uninterrupted. But the issue is that now you were interrupted.
Yeah. The guy showed up in August, which is crazy because it would have foreclosed in April of 2019. And the guy showed up a few months later. Obviously, he was upset. It was a big deal. He called the police, and the police came. They showed up, and they looked at his deed, and they looked at me paying the taxes. I had all the receipts, and they basically told him to leave me alone and that I could charge him with, he didn't just show up. He paid someone to break into the place. So I could charge him with breaking and entering, vandalism, and trespassing.
It's funny, on his own house. So
yeah.
Well, let's back up for a second, so how did you find this house? How do you come across a house that you decided to move into? How does that play out?
Okay. So back in 2014, my fiance, who I hadn't met yet, her mother, being a real estate agent, bought a condo out here in Lancaster, Palmdale. When she was doing a renovation on it, and she was there all the time, she realized that one of the units was vacant, and there was already squatters, but they were not like good squatters. They were like smoking meth and causing problems around the complex all day.
Okay.
So she had the balls to kick them out. She changed the locks, and she had her contractor board the place up. And my fiance knew about it, obviously. She was with her all the time. She was only like 15 at the time. At 16, her mom kicked her out, and she was living in her car for a little bit, her first car that her dad bought. I know it sounds completely weird. It's a really crazy story.
Okay.
But eventually, she just decided to move into that place. She sold the car. She did the bare minimum to fix it up. There was no toilets. She had to turn on the utilities, no carpet, no light fixtures, things of that nature.
Okay.
One of the windows was broken. And then that's about when we met. I moved in with her, so we were both there. And fast forward, we bought a condo in that complex.
At what point, though, do you start paying taxes on it?
Okay. That's the issue. We discovered at some point, like, I don't know, maybe two or 3 years ago, that it was defaulted in 2014 for taxes not paid in 2013.
Okay.
So we were scared to pay. Being the age we were, we didn't have a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
And it was like basically like $15,000. I mean, that would have been all our money at the time. So we were a little bit conflicted in paying. So we basically waited. We were scared of the guy coming back. We did our due diligence. We tried to find him. We sent him letters. We showed up at his mailing addresses because he has addresses out here in like San Fernando Valley.
Yeah.
We tried so hard to find this guy. We sent mail, whatever. On the tax assessor's website, it shows the date it's set to foreclose. So about a week before that, he still hadn't shown up. So we felt confident, and we had never talked to a lawyer or anything, like never gotten too much information. So we felt like it was safe enough to go pay all the taxes at once about a week before it foreclosed. So we went and did that, drove down to LA, paid it all in one lump sum, and then that's when we saved it from foreclosure, and a few months later, he finally showed up.
Okay, first of all, that was a stupid thing to do, not to consult a lawyer. I mean, if you have $15,000, the number one thing you do is spend $500 to $1,000 of that and hire a real estate attorney. Just 2 hours of his time, $1,000, would have saved you so much money.
We made so much money off the place.
I agree, because
Just imagine.
You're living rent-free. So whatever you spend, I'm sure, is a fraction of what it would have cost you to be able to live there. So what happens then? So he shows up, he's angry, you paid the taxes on it, he can't kick you out, so where does that leave you right now?
So after that, we consulted a lawyer, right? And then he filed a lawsuit for, I think it was called claim to quiet title or something, basically adverse possession.
Mm-hmm.
And then in response, the guy, he filed a lawsuit against us for like punitive damages. So basically he wants all the rent money that he couldn't collect for the time that we were there.
Okay, I don't know if he's going to be able to do that, but what else is he?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He just wants his condo back, and I mean, we did maintain the property. We literally upgraded the countertop. Like they were like laminate, and we had bought a appliance set, and it was a microwave that was supposed to be mounted, and we had it on the counter, and it burnt a hole through the countertop, and we didn't realize that, which was like crazy when we moved it. So we replaced all the countertops and to granite.
Okay.
We put toilets, we put carpet, different stuff like that. We maintained it.
Let me ask you this. Let's figure this out. How long have you been living there for?
4.
You've lived there for 4 years. You paid $15,000 property tax. How much have you paid increasing the value of the property?
Another 10, so about 25 total.
Okay, so you're in at $25,000.
And he is the original owner. Back when he bought the place in 1974 or whatever, he bought it for $30.
Okay.
So we're going to try to mediate, because this guy has multiple properties, right? He's like an 80-year-old guy.
Sure.
He lives in Florida. He has a $1 million house.
But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old he is when he bought the property.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. Here's the thing. You spent $25,000 over 4 years. It works out to be you've spent, on average, $520 a month for a place that I'm guessing. How much would that cost? If you at market value, $1,000, $1,200 a month, how much would that be?
Yeah, about $1,000, $1,200.
Okay. So you got a 50% discount in your rent for 4 years. So you're not technically out any money. You just got a really good deal on your rent. Now here's the thing. I mean, I'll just tell you from a person to person standpoint. My belief is that litigation is not worth it. My personal, just as a person here, my personal thing as a person is just shake hands with the owner, give him back his property, and you know that you lived there for 4 years for $25,000. He gets someone out of his property, and he had someone maintaining the property during a time where he's neglected it. It could have gotten broken into. It could have been vandalized even further. So he's getting his property back. It was safe and sound. He wasn't trying to rent it anyway, it sounds like. It sounds like it was just sitting there. So he's not really losing out on rent, right? So to me, that just seems like a win-win. You took care of his place, you get a good bit of rent, and he gets his property back. What's wrong with that?
His demeanor when he showed up, I was very respectful. I was like, let's take this to court. Let's handle this. Like,
that's not respectful. Let's take this to court. You're living in his place. Because I'm putting myself in his shoes. If I went to one of my places and I found someone living there, I would be furious.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'd
be furious too.
Dude, I'd
be furious too.
Yeah.
But even the police were like, dude, I would pursue this.
Police don't handle eviction matters. They don't. That's not the police's job. So the police can come. They're not going to go and kick you out. So of course the police are going to say it's a legal issue. This is not our place to get involved. Of course they're going to say that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have
I
a
don't know. I
right to
guess
call
it's
the
a part.
police and have them kick you out. There's no way. It's not going to happen.
I guess it's just, I guess greed.
Whose greed? Your greed.
Yeah, my greed.
Okay.
Our greed
okay.
together, I guess.
Okay.
Because it's like we're so close and we meet all the criteria that we might as well try.
You're years away. You are years away from this actually being a thing. I'll tell you. Here's what's okay. So if you go down either left path is you leave, you walk away, nothing happens. The right path, what you do is you spend a lot of money fighting this. You're not going to win. But what that does do is it ties up the property for even longer, allowing you to live there. The issue that I see with that is if you tie up the property, you're going to be spending money. Eventually, I think you're going to lose. I'm like 99% sure you're going to lose at some point. Maybe you lose a few months from now. Maybe you delay this for a year, maybe 2 years, okay? But you're going to be spending money during that time. And it's also the time and the headache and the hassle of this. Then what happens is when you lose, he can go and try to countersue you for damages. Let's say he countersues you and says, I want $20,000. And the judge grants him $20,000. Where's that money going to come from? That's going to be in your record. There's maybe potentially wage garnishments. It's going to cost you more in the long term. I think any competent lawyer would tell you that. I don't think you have a case. If you were living there for past 10 years and someone comes in after 10 years, that's mine. So, okay, fine. Maybe you got a case here, but 4 years, you weren't undisturbed.
No.
Well,
4 years living there, 7 years possession, 7 years of paid taxes, and the California requirement is 5 years.
I thought it was 10. I could be totally wrong here, but I thought it was 10 years for adverse possession. Let's see. Adverse possession, California. Let's take a look at this. 5 years of possession and payment through the taxes. Okay, but you're under the threshold. It's like getting a DUI and being like, but I was so close. It was a .09. I was a .09. It was so close. No, you're over.
But,
it's the same thing.
But,
there's a line that's drawn, and you are on the wrong side of the line.
I think I'm on the right side of the line.
You think?
Because it's been 7 years. Legally, it doesn't matter living there. It matters when possession initiated, which was in 2014.
All I'm going to say is have a lawyer, but I would say it sounds like a tough case. It sounds like a really tough case.
It's going to be a tough case, yeah. It will be. But I don't know. It's crazy. It is really, shocking. But in the meantime, we bought that condo, started up as Airbnb, renovated it, got that cash flowing.
Talk to a lawyer, man. Get a lawyer's opinion and then call back. Let us know.
Okay. Well, we already have a lawyer. We already have the lawsuit's already.
And they're filing for you to claim possession of the property?
Yeah, they've already done that.
Okay. Let me know how that
plays
out.
So our first court date is next month.
Let's call back in next month. How was that? Let me know the first court date went, and how much is the lawyer? How does that work? How much is that going to cost you?
Okay, so actually my fiance's dad is a lawyer, but he's not a real estate lawyer. He's a criminal defense lawyer, but he's just going to do his best.
Okay. Well, how about this? We'll call back in a month from now after the court case. Let us know how it develops, and this will be an ongoing series on the channel. How is that?
Okay.
I think okay.
That sounds good.
All right, man. Good luck.
Hey, Graham. Thanks. Yeah, I know you're busy. I appreciate the grind. Thanks for giving me the time of day.
All good, man. And let's touch base on this.
All right. Thanks.
All right. See you. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post it pretty much daily. So if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there. As on my podcast, link down below in the description. New episodes posting every Sunday morning. And lastly, if you guys want 2 free stocks, use the link down below in the description. And Webull is going to be giving you 2 free stocks when you deposit $100 on the platform, with one of those stocks potentially being valued up to $1,400. So if you want 2 free stocks potentially valued up to a lot of money, use the link down below. Let me know which 2 free stocks you get. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.